Hello, it's Jakob from Flamingo Fixed. Today I'm building another bike, the Carbonda 696, or as Planet X sells it, as the On-One Free Ranger. I'm gonna build it with the Sensah Empire Pro group, a Shimano 105 crank, some wheels that I refurbished. I will tell you more about that later. Everything else, parts that I have laying around. It's gonna be a proper gravel bike. I don't like the color so much, that's just not my style, the orange and brown, so I removed the color from the fork and I was planning to do it with the whole frame, but there's like 10 layers of color on there and that takes forever, and I'm out of sandpaper at the moment, so let's start building. So let's get started with the wheels first, because this will be the first thing I put in, as always, because I don't have a proper bike stand for building things. I got these because they got pretty close to a fire. They were not in the fire, but in a burning building. All the smoke destroyed the bearings. The former owner wasn't sure if they are still rideable, so I don't want to tell you too much about it. I basically just opened them up yesterday, cleaned all the dirt from the spokes. I checked as good as I can if I think they look safe. Then I opened the hubs, got the bearings out. There are sealed industry bearings in there. I opened them, got all the grease out, put new grease in and resealed them. So nothing anyone would advise you to do, but I think that's for the whole bike. People will probably be skeptical about most of the things I do on this bike, like using this kind of sketchy wheel set, kind of unknown Chinese group set, grinding off the paint from your carbon frame. I will try how everything works out. All in all, I didn't spend that much money on it. It's fairly cheap with all of these. I'm optimistic that everything will turn out just fine. I put some 40mm Tufo gravel Thundero tires on there. I have absolutely no experience with them. I don't know if they are good. Look who is joining for the fun. Hello, Peachy. Do you want to say something? Okay, the first interesting thing, the group set. Instructions. And there it is. I think weight-wise it's a little bit lighter than the Ortegra group set. So, but for now I need the cassette, which is an 1134 cassette. We'll be running 5034 in the front and then this 1134 in the back. As you might see, I've never had a bike with these through axle. Next step, headset. Nothing more easy than installing headsets. Oh, I hate this. The headset conus here, there's no cut in here, which makes it super annoying to install, I think, so I will go get a metal saw and just make a cut. Okay, I made this tiny cut and this will be way easier to install now. That's it. I was out of sandpaper, so there's still some patches of color on the fork left, but I think it's fine like this. Okay, the headset is on. Since I was planning to take all the paint off, I was thinking to reuse the bar tape on this bike, because I've only ridden it for 600, maybe 700 kilometers, which is very little for me. Usually I leave my bar tapes on until they basically fall off themselves. But now with the pink, orange, brown, white, I'm not sure. For now I will leave it on. Maybe I will change it in the end, or just ride it until it falls off. Next thing I will do, body bracket, and I got the Shimano 105 RS7000 cranks. I think they are fairly cheap, should be good cranks, I guess, in my experience. The 105 series, all you really need. Everything above is just weight savings. As always, grease. Grease, grease, grease. But the bracket is in now. Cranks. Important tiny little screw that basically acts like the top cap of your stem with the Holotech 2 system. So you need it to apply pressure, but then you tighten it with 2 other screws, and then you could in theory remove it, but why should you? But of course you need a weird small star nut special tool to do that. Okay, next I will put the groupset on. The derailleur looks pretty cool, I think, with the carbon cage. One thing I immediately recognized, the bolts for upper and lower limit are for Allen key, and that's way nicer than having bolts for a normal screwdriver. Next step, shifters. I won't set them up perfectly now, just like, how do you say, Dob's time P. One more thing people probably tell you not to do. If you don't have a carbon saw, take a file. Looked at a carbon saw, it's basically a very thin file, so if you have a flat file like this works perfectly. I've done this multiple times on all my carbon steerers, and so far everything worked out perfect on your own risk. Try it on your own risk, but you know, why spend money when you already have the tools? I think the stupid file is not very sharp anymore. But anyways, now I started, so I will have to finish it. This took forever. Usually this takes me 5 to 10 minutes, so this probably took half an hour maybe. Now I can put the expander in and then mount the fork. Okay, I'm still missing a couple of things. I was waiting for my brakes, they arrived today, and I thought the set included the brake cables, but there are none, and I don't have any anymore. That's one thing that's not so important. I'm also missing a seat clamp. The main issue right now is that the frame got delivered with the wrong cable stops. Got the cable stops for electronical shifting, but they don't work with mechanical shifting, and there were supposed to be one in the package, but I got 2 for electronical shifting instead. So yeah, unfortunately someone made a mistake there, and they are sending me the cable stop here, but that means I will have to wait again for the delivery from the United Kingdom. I will put the chain on, get some brake cables, and then wait until I get the cable stop so I can finish the bike. I mean, for you this will be only one cut. For me this will be a week of waiting time. So when the parts arrived, I was pretty much in a rush to finish the bike. I wanted to join justRoadbike on a gravel event, so I didn't get to film how I finished the bike, but this is the first time of me actually riding this bike. If you're interested, I can make a complete bike check video as I did with my Doll and Setter to show you the finished bike as it is right now. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and see you in the next video. Bye! So far, that's more fun than I thought.